LSD was opening the window on a whole other universe. We already had, say, me and my little family in Princeton, we were developing an appetite for um, spiritual literature, spiritual practice as an experiment. We'd become vegetarians. We were experimenting with life and trying to find a way out of the box, as it were. And my first LSD experience, which was in and around Princeton University, in the atmosphere where I was living, was extremely confining, stuffy, uptight kind of place. I had, over the course of 8 hours, almost no experience at all. I saw maybe some little moving curlicues in an oriental rug. I thought this was it. It was at the end, after I had given up, and then something happened. A window gradually opened, and I had I'll call it illusion, not knowing anything about other people's experience with this, that this was the opening of a door onto an authentic reality, that we just had the intuitive feeling this is as real as ordinary reality, but it is alternate reality. It changed everything, the idea of science, of neurophysiology, of medical science, of the connection between the body and the mind. Everything suddenly became an open question that we could approach through our own experience. Meanwhile, we were hearing the folklore from Baba Ram Dass, at that time still Richard Alpert, and Tim Leary and Ralph Metzner, who were giving these road shows in the East Village in Manhattan. And they were trying to broadcast a specific connection between this psychedelic experience and traditional spiritual practice, especially from India and from China and so on. That was just a speculation, that was a wild theory, which we had no way to approach the connection between our experience and other people's experience, something that you've been very interested in. And I was interested. I would quiz people if I did a trip with other people, that I would try, by interrogating them afterwards, without any very good questionnaire, and just try to see if their experience was anything like mine. Results were poor, I would say. For example, with DMT, I would ask Terence McKenna what his experience, and he would describe a visual and emotional experience that was like very, very different from mine. So the speculation that our experience is related to other people's experience and is an aspect of a universal experience, which is the whole idea of the spiritual realm, that was an open question, not easily answered, which I wouldn't say obsessed exactly, but which motivated us to search extensively through literature. And I developed a theory, which of course can't be tested, that all spiritual experience all spiritual literature is the inaccurate representation of a common experience, that the translation of the universal experience into ordinary prose or poetry would differ and be colored by the culture in which this storytelling is taking place. And that introduces the illusion that the experience is different in different times and places. But I felt that there was a universal experience between my experience and other people's experience, that there was a objective, this is a subjective reality, a spiritual realm, which was a constant, so that the I Ching, Lao Tzu, the Yoga Vasisht, the Ramayana, and all the literature of spiritual Sufis and so on all over the place would be expressions of the same thing, trying to dig back into the reality behind the illusions would be the quest would be the motive for another LSD trip and another one, and each one devoted to an attempt to answer this question. There's